Hey, Kat Miller here. Welcome to the session where we're going to reflect on your year. I've called this the ultimate end of year reflection, and we're going to go through a really fun process to look at your year, the year that's been, celebrate the wins, and look at the learnings and the juicy wisdom that you want to take into next year. So I'm going to guide you through a process and also take you into a closed eye imagination session, which I think will be really powerful for you to start reflecting on what you want for next year. If you're joining us live, it's so good to see you here. Please pop a hello, an emoji, a like into the comments. I always love to connect with you and know that you're here. If you're watching the replay, please just pop hashtag replay. And I'm excited to walk this through with you. We did this last night in my inner circle community, and I'm going to read you some of the comments that ladies were sharing because they were super powerful. And I think they're going to be helpful for you as well. So reflecting on the past year really offers a moment of pause and appreciation and acknowledgement of the significance of the journey that you've walked this year. It's a real opportunity to honor the unique path that you've traveled and the person that you've become as a result of this year. And as you start to consider the experiences that have shaped you this year, there have been highs and lows. There are triumphs and victories, and also setbacks and disappointments. So we're going to look at it all and glean from those moments. And I have a guided process for this. If you would like to receive it, I'm sharing that at the end of this video so that you can go through the written guide for this as well. First of all, say congratulations on who you have been this year and all that you've done. A lot of people say, it's just another day, why bother, who cares? And we have that choice. If you want to, you can say, it's just another year, the calendar clicks over and you just carry on. It's no big deal. But I think it's helpful to stop and to acknowledge and to look back and to learn, because when else are we going to do it, right? I believe that we have seasons for a reason. And I believe this season has a special energy. A lot of people are reflecting on their life. There's a collective energy that happens at this time of year, and we can ride that wave. We can leverage it. We can utilize it for ourselves. And we have weeks, days and weeks and months and quarters and years for a reason. Nature has set this up. We have milestones. We have seasons for a reason. We have winter. We have summer, and most of us are in a season right now of either winter, metaphorically, meaning what's going on in our life, the hardships, the coldness, the darkness, the heaviness, or we're in a summer season in terms of reaping what we've sown, enjoying the fruits of our labor. And we're usually, all of us, coming into a winter season or coming out of a winter season, moving towards a summer season or coming out of a summer season. And winter is a real time of digging in and growth and pushing our comfort zone. And summer is a time of enjoyment and rest. We need both of these seasons. We have night, we have day, and we have moments and opportunities to reflect on what has been and what's to come. I love this time of year. I love the buzz of it. I love that we're starting to wrap up and we're starting to reflect on what we want to leave behind in the past year and what we want to take with us forward. So I think it's really helpful to consider, what was I like at the beginning of this year versus what am I like now? And at the end of the year, something that I love to do is, as I do this process, I do this every year, is to have lots of conversations with my friends about it. It's powerful to speak to people who know you well, who have actually done the journey with you intimately. I like to describe relationships like layers. If you think of a target, then you've got the rings going out. And so you've got your bigger, wider community, but then you've got those people that journey with you very closely. Maybe your 3 to 5 people, or even that one person, maybe your partner who has seen that journey, who has been with you throughout it, and to start asking each other questions and getting their perspective, because we only have one perspective, right? We only have our own way of seeing the world. And then other people can say, hey, you were really brave. You really stepped up in that moment. Or remember last year you were saying this and you don't do that anymore. Other people can really remind us. So I do recommend taking time with friends. I do this all of December. Everyone I catch up with, I ask them questions from this reflective process. And I love to hear what people are saying about their year, because it really helps remind me of mine. And when you have someone looking back and reminding you how far you've been, like I think of my friend Lani, who's my longest friend. We've been friends since we were 5. She reminds me of who I've been throughout my whole life. And so getting together with friends is a really good way to do this. Looking back in your phone, I did this on the elliptical at the gym the other day, and I looked through the photos in my album from this year, and that really reminded me of the year. It kind of gave me a really nice snapshot. Also looking at your calendar, so looking at the things that you did throughout the year. I'm not sure if you've got a visual on your computer, but I've got like an annual visual or like a one-pager that shows the whole year in one place. And so I looked at that, and I can see how many holidays I've had and how many events I've done. I've also got a one page, like the year from top to bottom on a spreadsheet, where I've put every single email I've sent, every piece of content that I've sent. And so you can just quickly add that up, and you can see how much you've done. So I do encourage you, add it up. One of my clients last night, she said, oh gosh, I wonder how many squats I've done this year. I was like, add it up and celebrate it. I love the big numbers. I love setting big numbers of, like, that's why I like skipping and steps and sets at the gym, because they add up to really big numbers. And it's really exciting to look back and go, wow, like I did that. So as you reflect on the year, I invite you to think, has it been a significant year of change, or has it been more of like a slow and steady year, or somewhere in between? Has it been a roller coaster, up and down, a bit of a whirlwind, or has it been a little bit quieter, more introspective, but more grounded? We're all in different seasons. I've spoken to people who have had a real range. They've said, oh, it was a bit more of the same old. And other people have been like, oh my gosh, it was crazy, so much growth. And another thing that could be helpful for you is to go back. If you record videos, go back to a video of you a year ago. I record the same end of year reflective video every year. And I went back to a year ago, and I was like, wow, I can hear the growth in the way I speak. And so video is a really great way to remind you. Another way is to check voice messages. Me and my friend, we send voice messages almost daily. And I went back to voice messages from the beginning of the year. And that was really interesting. It was almost like an audio journal to hear what I was processing at the beginning of the year. And I could really notice the growth in my voice. And so this process that I've created, it takes you through the highs and the lows. So we acknowledge that there's probably been some disappointments. There's probably been some things that have been left unsaid, left undone, left uncreated, still on your to-do list. I've got a heap of things still on my to-do list that I thought I would get done this year and didn't. And so part of me is really annoyed that I have to drag them over to next year. But part of me is also realistic in the fact that I did what I could. And even though I've still got all these items on my list, even though I didn't hit all my goals, there's beauty in that. And here's why. If you hit every single goal, potentially, perhaps you didn't set your goals high enough. So hear me out. Like, I'm all about setting goals that are manageable and that you actually achieve. But sometimes our goals require us to really grow into that person who is able to achieve that goal. And all we need to do is reset the goalpost. I was chatting with a client about this the other day, where she said, oh my goodness, I thought I'd be further along by now. And we had to really go into the under the surface growth. She was looking above the surface. If you think of like a plant or a tree, a tree to grow really tall and big and provide shade and nourishment, it has to have really deep roots. And a theme that emerged from the group call last night was that there's been a lot of foundations laid. And one lady was saying she was a bit disappointed about her income. And so what I shared with her, I want to share with you, which is, in business, there is typically always, in my experience, a period of time where your income takes a hit. And it takes a hit because you are building foundations, you're creating a website, a landing page, a sales funnel, content, a marketing campaign, an event, and you don't get paid for that straight away. It's very different to working 9 to 5, where you get your fortnightly or monthly pay go in for the hours that you put in. In business, there's a lag period before you get that income. And it's happened to pretty much everyone that I've spoken to that is now running a successful business. And I remember when it happened to me, it was really, really tough because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm doing so much work. Where is the fruit? Where is the result? Where is the money? And it comes if you don't give up. And so you have to keep going until it works. Please remember that word, until. I'm just going to keep going. One of my favorite words, until. I'm going to do it until it works. Another one of my favorite words is the word yet. I haven't achieved it yet. I didn't achieve my goals yet. And there's a simple reframe statement that I recommend to everyone. It's so simple. It feels like, how could that even work? But it does. It's just a reframe. Even though circumstances, I choose response. We always get to choose our response. We always get to decide how we want to react, how we want to respond to what's happened. So one lady in the call last night, she said, even though I didn't get as many clients as I wanted this year, I choose to accept myself and focus on the future. Powerful, right? So even though I choose, really powerful. I want to read some other things that the ladies were sharing last night because I was so inspired by it. And at the end of the call, people were buzzing, really buzzing and feeling this healthy pride for themselves about who they've been, how they've shown up, the kind of things that they've worked on that maybe you don't see above the surface, but it's foundational, it's laid tracks, it's systems in place, it's containers ready to catch the income next year. And I'm believing for you that next year you are going to reap the rewards of all your hard work from this year. So we've got here, my first question that I ask in the process is, who are you proud of being? And I start with being because one of the principles that I created this process from was something I call you before do. You before do. So who you are creates the actions that you're going to take. Your mindset, your belief systems, your habits, your character, actions flow from that, right? So you before do. So I start with, who are you proud of being? Because who you are being this year has formed your results. So some of the things the lady said was, I'm proud of being more of myself, more authentic. How valuable is that? I mean, that's the goal, is to be ourselves and authentic in our marketing. That's when we attract people that we are super aligned to work with. I'm proud of being more vulnerable and open, being courageous and brave. Maybe you want to take some of these words and say, yeah, I was brave too. Proud of sticking it out. Proud of being a good coach and a great daughter. Proud of being a determined business owner, not giving up, pushing forward, finding out more about myself and what I'm really trying to achieve in the world. That's a powerful result. Even before the money's gone in the bank account, to know what you want to achieve, that's one of the first steps, is to get really clear on your vision, your mission. I've got carer, advocate, steadfast, visionary, courageous leader, selfless, emotionally vulnerable, self-compassionate. I became much better holding space for myself instead of shutting my feelings out. I'm much more calm now. I feel this will really help me to focus more on my tasks in front of me. Someone else said, I kept showing up while having not accomplished much seemingly, but internally impactful changes. I love that, internally impactful. So please acknowledge what's happened internally, not just externally. I'm proud that I asked for help in several areas this year. I'm proud of listening to my body a little better, overcoming the challenge around being emotionally vulnerable. Another lady said, giving myself every opportunity to grow, to put myself in environments where I don't lose myself in the small picture details. How good is that? completing writing a book chapter. I don't consider myself a writer, but managed to hang in and complete it. Letting go, accepting when I've reached my limit and things outside of my control. What else have we got here? Being strong in the face of grief, learning deeply and far-reaching visionary foundational work. It's such a theme, that foundation that you lay. And so I invite you to think about the person you've become first. And I want to take you, I guess, through the journey of what you want for next year. The reflection will be really powerful. I'll get that out to you. If you want that, just pop the word guide into the comments and I'll get that out to you. I think it's about 9 or 10 pages, but it's really categorized intentional question prompts and it guides you through it. And it really gets you asking some questions that I think will bring up some really powerful insight for you. It doesn't have to take long, but it is the kind of thing that if you take yourself on a date and just go to a nice quiet place and give yourself this gift. Don't rush into the next year. Don't start planning your goals until you've looked at what this year's taught you. We want to decide our goals and set our goals based on what we've learned from this year. And something that's really powerful that has helped me a lot is looking at my top 5 values and whether the actions I'm taking on a regular basis actually align to those top 5 values. I was reminded of this because my friend Lisa just got married and she went straight into 6 days of Date with Destiny with Tony Robbins. And I loved seeing her and her husband's commitment to showing up for those 6 days because it started at 2 a.m. and they were often like 15-hour days and they were tired and it was tough. But she said, I've now got so clear on my values and what is not aligned to my values, it's got to go next year. And I'm putting more things in. It's almost like an emptying of the things that aren't important to you to create space to fill it up with the things that are really important to you. One of my top 5 values is growth. Have I got enough growth activities in next year? For me, it's coaching, it's mentoring. I think about the things that give me the most growth. It's reading books, it's research, it's having quality conversations with people. It's planting myself in environments where I can be coached and can get feedback and have accountability to hold myself to that highest level of potential that I could never hold myself to on my own. Another one of my top 5 goals is impact. So how can I make a greater impact next year than what I made this year? And looking at actual tangible practical things, not just the intention. The intention is powerful, but what are actual milestones? What are practical, tangible things that I can put in place to make sure I get more of that value met next year? So I hope this has invited you into some different ways of thinking about your year. And I want to go through a guided journey with you now, which is it's kind of like a guided meditation where you close your eyes and if you want to, obviously not if you're driving or walking, but if you're in a safe, comfortable place, you can just do it while you're out and about. It's fine too. But I've called this your ultimate year guided journey. And so if you would like to close your eyes right now, just settle into a comfortable position and take a nice, relaxing, deep breath in. And just exhale and allow yourself to relax completely and really sink deep into a calm, centered place. And we're going to go on a little bit of a journey to take you out into next year and see what you want to create. Remember, you create it. So you can wait and see what drops in. And you might want to also stretch your muscle to start to deliberately put things in that are really important to you. So shift your focus inward, just knowing you are safe and secure and ready to explore. In your imagination, allow yourself to gently rise up, lifting out of your current space, floating effortlessly through the ceiling and all the way up into the open sky. Rise higher and higher in the open sky, all the way up, and now start to move out into your future. Allow yourself to travel forward through time, gliding toward your future. And as you start to ascend, feel yourself gently land in a significant moment in your ultimate year, your dream year. And as you drop into this moment, fully immersed in the experience, imagine it vividly in your mind now. You're in a future time where the vision of your ultimate year has come to life. Now feel every cell in your body buzzing with the reality of this vision fulfilled. You've made it. You've done it. You're living it. Allow yourself to experience the pride, the confidence, the joy as if it's happening right now. Notice the sounds, the sensations, the emotions running through you. Looking through your own eyes, taking in every detail, observing what you see and hear and feel. Remember, you create your own reality. Create it however you like. Start to fine-tune your experience. Experiment with the color. Experiment with the size of the images, the angles, the focus. You might like to switch between a still image and a movie playing out. Amplify or soften the sounds. You might like to change the location of the sounds or their clarity. Modify the tone or the pace of your internal dialogue, what you're saying to yourself. Intensify or shift the location of your feelings. Change their size or weight or temperature to make it just how you like it. Now, take a step back in your mind and observe the journey that led you here. See how the choices, the actions, and the growth brought you to this point. And notice how every decision, every step forward built upon the last, leading to more mastery, more meaning, more fulfillment. And now turn it up, turn up the colors, amplify it all, the sounds, the feelings, make the images brighter, make the sounds sharper, make the feelings deeper. Let that excitement surge within you, creating a powerful, unshakable connection to this vision. Now, step out of this moment just for a moment and imagine taking a photo of yourself in this future and hold that photo in your hands. Look at this image of you. It's an image of you, confident, happy, thriving. And as you look at this image of you, we're going to energize it. So take a deep breath in through your nose. And when you exhale, exhale powerfully through your mouth into this vision, infusing this vision with your energy, with your life force. Do it again. Deep breath in through your nose, exhale powerfully into that vision. Do it 3 times as you infuse your life force into that vision and feel the image coming alive in your hands. It's glowing with possibility and power. And now drop that image into your timeline below and watch it slot perfectly into place. It clicks right into place in your future. And as it anchors in place, observe how everything between then and now begins to shift. See the events, the opportunities, the support, the systems, the habits, the routines, the actions, all aligning to create this reality. And now step into your new self. Reconnect with your identity. What do you stand for? Who are you? Make a bold, empowering decision about the person you're becoming and fully commit to this version of yourself, the fullest version of who you are. Visualize yourself taking action with ease and confidence. See the conversations happening. See the hugs, the smiles, the handshakes, the synchronicities flowing effortlessly into place. The resources appear when you need them. The right people show up. The money shows up. The energy shows up. Everything shows up. Everything feels aligned. And take a final deep breath in. And as you breathe out, start to float back into the present moment, carrying with you all that positive energy, that clarity, that motivation from this journey. And as you arrive back in your body now, notice any differences you feel. Maybe you feel more inspired, more strong, more clear. As you open your eyes and just roll your shoulders and wiggle your fingers and toes and put a big smile on your face, just internally give yourself a statement. Give yourself a statement like, I can do this, or I've got this, or it's happening, or I trust. Just a simple statement to anchor in your success. Hope that you found that a really valuable activity to imagine what you want in the coming year, in your ultimate year. Imagine if next year truly is your ultimate year. I know there's a lot of cliches out there that saying this could be your best year yet. But imagine if it truly could be your best ultimate year yet, because of the intention you set, the goals you set, and then the actions that you set to go after what you want. It's been a pleasure being here. If you enjoyed that, could you please let me know? Let me know what you found most helpful. Please share it with anyone that you think could benefit from that. If you want the copy of my end of year reflection guide, pop the word guide into the comments and I'll send that out to you straight away. And this is my last video for the year. So thank you for being here in this community. Thank you for showing up, for your support. I love being on this journey with you of growing into the best version of ourselves and making a big impact in the world. So keep showing up, keep shining, keep being yourself, being real, and remember that you matter, and what you are here on the planet to do, it matters, it's important, and only you can do it. So have an amazing, beautiful festive season. Have a very Merry Christmas and a very Happy New Year. And I look forward to seeing you in the new year. Take care, my friends.